Hey guys, rxlyaT or Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division video. And in this one, we're going to be looking at one of the builds I've been using for the past few weeks, if not more. And of course, you might have seen this if you do follow me over on Twitter. This one is called the StrikeTician build. I put this build together a while ago, ever since I got my first ninja bag. Shout out to Agent Julia for dropping that one for me. I've been trying for ages to get myself a ninja bag because I was currently being left behind with some of these amazing builds that was coming out. So anyway, I got my hands on a ninja bag and this was the first build I put together. Anyway, let's talk of that. Let's get straight into it and find out what I'm actually running with. As you can see on the character overview screen, I've got 3 pieces of classified striker, 2-piece tactician, and of course the ninja bag. And that is really the dumbed down version of this. But you know me, I like to go a little bit more in depth, and that's what we're going to do right inside the base of operations. So I know a lot of my viewers aren't 100% up to date with the Division, and a lot of you are new players. So first up, we're just going to go over the bonuses for both Striker and Tactician. First up for Striker, 2 pieces of Striker gives you 20% stability, 3 pieces gives you a plus 10% increase to enemy armor damage, and then obviously the set bonus for 4 is Striker's battle gear. Every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage, stacks up to 100%. Missing shots drop the bonus by 2%, and the bonus is reduced by 1% every second. The bonus can be paused by the EMP and is lost when exiting combat. For Tactician, for 2 pieces you get a plus 15% skill haste, and then for 3 pieces you get a plus 10% skill power. Some of you might be looking at this and thinking, well, I've only got 3 pieces of Striker and 2 pieces of Tactician, so how do I manage to get the 3-piece bonus as well as the 4-piece bonus for Striker? It's quite simple really. This is where the ninja bag comes into play. Slots in with any equipped gear set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. It can unlock the bonus from multiple sets simultaneously, but it cannot unlock classified gear set bonuses. Guys, I do want to clear up one thing. You can see I've got 3 classified Striker. The ninja bag does work with classified up to 4 pieces, but you'll not be able to get the 5 or 6 piece bonus with a ninja bag. You'll always need 6 pieces of a classified gear set to get the full 5 and 6 piece bonus. But of course, that's not it to this build. I like to call it the StrikeTician not only because I'm using Striker and a mix of Tactician gear set, I also like to go in depth into the builds and spec into something under the hood as well. You'll obviously know that with the Predfresh build where I spec'd into a lot of crit hit damage. This one is a little bit different however. This build I've managed to get a whopping 50% skill haste with it, although this is a damage dealing build. 50% skill haste is something you would usually see on a support build, but like I said, I wanted to go in depth with this build and really add something to it that you wouldn't necessarily see. Now what is skill haste, some of you might ask? It's pretty damn simple. It just improves the cooldown of your skills, so you're always getting your skills back a lot quicker. So you're always going to have your pulse ready to go, as well as your heal or whatever else it is you use. You can pretty much use it by the time that skill has run out. It's also going to be cooled down and you can pop it off again. It's really one of the things you should be looking at whenever you're building your character up. So now I'm just going to go over each piece of gear and hopefully give you a better idea of how I managed to hit 50% skill haste on this build. First up, the chest has rolled skill haste on, as well as all resistance and ammo capacity. Unfortunately, I would like the all resistance to be health, but I had to roll this for stamina. The mask rolled on firearms, as well as skill power, with the minor attribute being increased kill experience. And the last bit of striker gear is the gloves. These were rolled on firearms, as well as crit hit damage, skill haste, and crit hit chance. Now the tactician pieces. The knee pads rolled on electronics, as well as the major attribute being health. And this near perfect God rolled Tactician's Authority holster that you could actually buy a few vendor resets back hasn't even needed to be touched. This has got skill haste on it, as well as all 3 main stats being very high indeed, and the armor being maxed out. Now the gear mods are where most of this skill haste comes from. On the chest we have two 267 firearms plus 3% skill haste. On the mask we have a 251 electronics with 3% skill haste. The knee pads we've got another firearms one, a 267 with 3% skill haste, and then the performance mod is a 6% first aid self heal. The ninja bag is again a 267 firearms with 3% skill haste, and then two 5.5% first aid self heals. And finally the holster also has a first aid self heal on it. So what's the point in telling you about skill haste when I'm not showing you how it works? So let's have a look at the pulse here, for example. We've got the tactical scanner selected. Without the skill haste, I would have a cooldown of just under a minute. With all of the skill haste, it's cut by over half, and it's now a 24 or just under 25 second cooldown. Like I said, once the skill has been used, it's pretty much ready to go back up, and I certainly wasn't lying. Here the duration is 20 seconds, and you're only going to be waiting just over 4 seconds to be able to hit that pulse again. What about the booster shot, you might ask? Well, again, it's very similar. The cooldown was 54 seconds without any skill haste mods, but with them, it's a whopping 22 second cooldown. Now that for me is enough to survive in any PvE activity, hang out a little bit and then pop another booster just to get it back up to full health. Now here I'm certainly not looking to get my tac up straight away, but this has certainly improved it. Instead of 810 seconds, it's now 335 seconds. Way over half with this skill haste build. Now I feel like I should show you what sort of weapons I'm running with, but if you did watch the Pred Fresh build, then the weapons are pretty much identical. I've got LVOAC with Competent, Adept and Responsive, as well as most of my mods being rolled with headshot damage or crit hit damage. The MP7 has got Deadly, Responsive and Talented on it, and then most of the mods again have crit hit damage or crit hit chance. But there you have it guys, an in-depth look into my StrikeTician build. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of gameplay at the end for you guys just to understand and see how this build works. But I'd like you guys to go away and build it yourself, especially if you have the bits on your agent. But guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, then please let me know by either clicking that like button or by leaving a comment. And as always, if you're new around here and want to stay up to date with all of the things The Division, then please make sure to subscribe. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.
Bye.